What's up, guys? Welcome back to another episode of R&R. As always, I'm Logan.
I'm Ethan, and today we're going to be kind of going over setting your own personal standards. With all the stuff that's going on in the world today, we kind of thought this was important. You need to really button up and tighten up your EDC and what you're actually capable of. So today we're going to talk about the importance of continual training and, at a minimum, doing that training biannually for qualification. And you have to do it for your own set of standards. If you're ever in a situation where you have to use deadly force, you are responsible for every round that leaves your barrel. So it is important to know your own skill level and your own limitations. While training and testing your limitations is a good idea to add in as much stress as possible, physical and cognitive. Some things you can implement is the use of shot timers, physical activity, and drills that involve math and color combinations. The next step is to figure out a set of standards to set for yourself, and to test those standards at a minimum twice a year. The reason why we're saying twice a year is once in the summertime, once in the wintertime, because stuff changes, your equipment changes. You might be wearing gloves, you might carry in a different location, you might have a coat on, so it's important to run all that stuff because it is very hard to figure out the right kind of gloves you can actually still draw your concealed carry in and shoot with well. So with the change of seasons, gear and equipment change. Sometimes guns even change.
Yeah.
Some guys have summer carries and winter carries, and I also every once in a while like to throw my Glock 34 in a 330 position.
I got a 43X in the summertime and a Smith & Wesson 500 in the winter.
Yeah, you can carry whatever you want. But if you are one to prepare for the worst case scenario, kind of like we are, kind of trying to be a prepared citizen, it is important to run your chosen qual that you pick. From concealment and also from a duty setup. So, crap hits a fan, whatever, and you've got to, ever throw in your kit, you want to make sure you're good with that. And also if your job pertains to that. So if you're a security agent, police officer, statey, whatever, military, train with your kit. I mean, it's important too. So after you've kind of, gone over all that, the next thing is to decide on the standard that you want to hold yourself to. And that will mostly come down to your skill level. So you can use a qualification that your local police department in your state has. You can go online and look up the FBI qual, and use that. Air marshals, militaries, like if you want Army, Marine, I don't know if the Air Force does quals, but you can look those up and kind of do that qualification if you have the area to do it and you want to do it. Another option is you can go online and look on YouTube or look on some different websites, and you can find your chosen instructor that you like. You can use his pistol qualification. Lucas Botkins, when he was with his old company, he has a really good video out. There's multiple other, Shipley, and there's multiple other different instructors that have different qualifications, different standards that you can kind of look up, run that, everything like that. And then the last option is to set your own.
Yeah.
So that's kind of what we did today. Yep. We set our own standards. All right, so this is going to be the drills and standards portion of this. All drills are in with your concealed and duty setups. All given times are for duty setups. When running concealed, add 1 second. Add 0.25 seconds for every shot that's outside of the A zone or given zone, and add half a second for every miss. The first drill we're running is the El Presidente Modified 1, so El Presidente Mod 1. It's going to be from 10 yards, 3 targets. The targets are about 3 feet apart, 2 rounds to the A zone per target. And your par time for this is going to be 5 seconds for concealed carry. It's going to be 4 seconds for duty. Three 7. That was way bad. All right, drill 2 is the El Presidente Mod 2. It's the same setup and drill as the first one with the addition of moving laterally. So this time we're gonna move laterally to the right and making an additional 2 shots at distance. So 2 shots under the red target. And we're gonna try to do that in 7 seconds. That's gonna be your par time.
Oh my God.
So drill 3 is going to be a Mozambique, same distance that we've been using, and it's going to be on the half-size IPSEC target. And so a Mozambique, I guess I should say, is 2 rounds to the chest, 1 round to the head. So it's going to be 2 in the A zone, 1 to the head box, and you're going to have 3.5 seconds to complete it in. Nice, clean. All right, so this is going to be drill number 4. It's going to be build drill mod 1. So it's going to be at a little bit further distance than what a normal build drill is, and it's going to be 3 rounds, reload 3 rounds. So from duty it's going to be 6.5, from concealed it's going to be 7.5.
Clean.
All right, so the 5th drill we're going to do is going to be the build drill mod 2. It's going to be from the same distance, 6 rounds, A zone, and then you're going to reload and you're going to fire another 6 rounds at further distance. All have to be on steel at the further distance. The par time is going to be 9 seconds, so 10 seconds from concealed. Add half a second. Clean.
We kind of got the, for the most part, every law enforcement, depending on state, jurisdiction, whatever you want to call it, military branch, whatever, they're all going to be roughly the same-ish.
Yeah.
They're going to be in the same, you know, maybe a second or two here. So we kind of took all of those and maybe
Modified them.
and made a standard for ourselves. And like, once again, those words are self. Like,
Yeah.
this is not us. Hey, this is the time that you got to do. This is the only good time. This is anything else is BS. Blah blah. And this is our time. This is what we set ourselves to. This is what we hold ourselves to. And it's like I said, it's just a melting pot of everything that we've already done, or everything that we've looked up and other people have done.
Yep.
We just kind of, you know,
because I've got a military
combined it.
background. I was in the Army. I was an infantryman. Logan's taken a few different classes here and there, you know, from different instructors. They have different backgrounds. And then this video idea actually came from our buddy Caleb. He's behind the camera right now. You can come on over here, Caleb. He's done more civilian classes than most people have. I can promise you that. And but you got anything you want to add to this, or?
I would just say, get out, dry fire, train. It's extremely important. Knowing your limitations, knowing how you're going to react under stress. You know, once you get your heart rate up, you will react completely different from any other state of mind, body. It's totally different. So just getting out, train. You know, just know how your equipment works. Know how you know, like certain ammunition. Know the characteristics
Well,
of
also the biannual thing is, like, you got to think about it. It's like, I'll run oil in the wintertime, and then I run a grease in the summertime.
right.
You know what I mean? So know what your gun likes, know how it's going to function, you know? Just,
Know how it's going to work with your wardrobe. You know, if you're going to dress differently, you know, if you're going to carry appendix or you're going to change locations, know how that's all going to work with your body mechanics. You know, for some of us that have the little tactical dad pudge in front, you know, like knowing how that's going to work with your draw. I mean, there's a lot of things to take in consideration, and it's a lot of things to
oh, yeah.
be proficient with.
Always got to practice with it and stuff. And another thing is, too, is like when you're doing, like, your qualifications and stuff, if you've never shot well moving, it's a game changer. It's a whole different ballpark. So that's another, at least throw in 1 or 2 drills if you have the ability to, with your location, to do that. But hey, Logan,
yeah,
are you still shooting at paper targets like a peasant?
yeah. What else would I shoot? Pop cans?
Haven't you ever wanted to shoot at competition grade steel?
Yeah, but though it's like super expensive.
Well, here at R&R, we only recommend the best. Challenge targets.
How'd you do that?
I went over to challengetargets.com and used the code RR10 at checkout to get 10% off my entire purchase.
The entire purchase?
Yep, the entire purchase.
But what if I want to train with my rifle?
Well, lucky for you, Challenge Targets has a whole line of rifle-rated targets. Like this IPSEC rifle-rated A-zone flapper target with the armored stand. Hey, where are you going?
I'm gonna go order targets at challengetargets.com using code RR10 to save 10% off my entire purchase.
Man, that's the smartest thing you've said all day.
That's challengetargets.com. Use code RR10 to save 10% off your entire purchase.
I mean,
and just kind of going off with what they said, a lot of these, as you guys will see, throughout the whole video, a lot of these are from concealment.
yes.
We do have a few that are from, a duty style carry or a duty style holster, everything else. But majority of the people who shoot and have a firearm, for the most part, are going to be concealed carry holders, or that's their main way of carrying. Not many people really carry outside their waistband. There are a few, but regardless, and just kind of going off that too, kind of like what Caleb said, practice. But the biggest thing is too, guys, not to get down on yourself. I mean, you'll see in some of our videos where we could have, say we got a 2.7 or a 3.6, we could have shaved a half a second off. We could have, it's human nature. We're not, we're not dead shot from, the comic books. We're not going to hit every single shot every single time. Like it's just about getting out. It's just about practicing, spending, you can take it how you want. It might sound, whatever, but spending time with buddies, getting out, and you all hold each other accountable. You hold each other at a certain standard. And like I said, the biggest thing is don't get down on yourself. Like if you see our videos and we do a Mozambique at 2.77 or 2.9 or whatever, and you guys can only get it at a 4.5, you know what? But you're still doing it. You're still out there practicing. You're still hitting times that 90% of the people in this country can't even do. They can't even pull their pistol out in 5 seconds.
90% of the people conceal carry. 90% of the people even conceal carry. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, so it's just one of those things where, kind of get out there with your buddies, get out there with the guys that are part of your group, your circle. If you've got a church group that's that you do security with, if it's dudes that you hang out with all the time and you guys are always going places, get to know how each other run, get to know each other's times and know what we're capable of. Because with the whole Charlie Kirk thing, I mean, it's just, you never know what's going to happen. So
and then you see certain things like, obviously we don't want to get into that stuff. I mean, for the most part, but you see like the last week, the whole church thing. Yeah. I mean, you could just be sitting at a pew Sunday morning, next thing you know, boom. I mean, and if it's all about that. It's all about that, that fight or flight mode. This is what I trained for. This is my moment. Obviously, no one wants to ever be in that situation, but it comes down to like, this is why I'm on the range 2, 3, 4 times a week. This is why I spend thousands of dollars on ammo and and whatever else, because you want to have that confidence and that ability to put down an active shooter, or even if it's just hold something at gun, at gunpoint until LEO shows up or whatever else. Like it sucks that we are here. It sucks that things are what they are right now and what they have been, and God forbid what they're going to turn into. Hopefully, nothing, obviously, nothing crazy, but it's just you get out there, you train, and then the biggest thing too, we all agree, and we are all super advocates of it, is like your range safety. Like if it is someone new, if it's someone that you've only shot with a handful of times, I'm not saying take a step back, but watch them. They might even if I'm going to clear my gun, I'm going up, I'm coming down in between, I'm doing in my mind everything that I've always done. But you might have a new guy that's just kind of doing, even if it's unloaded, kind of does this thing or whatever else. Yeah. Safety is huge. Obviously, no one wants any NDs or mishaps on a range. So, like he said, get with your buddies. Figure out how everyone works, how everyone trains, the skill level. Everyone's going to be different. Everyone's going to be better than worse than others. I mean, it's just, there's a lot of factors that go into this than just, oh, hey, look at this. I got my M&P. Yep, I've shot it 4 or 5 times. Boom, back in my holster. I'm a concealed carry person. It's way more than that. Like, it's not just I carry a gun and I know what I'm doing, because 90% of the people don't know what they're doing.
And the biggest thing that a lot of people will tell me is, well, I don't have access to a range, or I can't get out and shoot as often as I want to, which, I totally get that. The 90% of the work will actually take place at home, either in your living room or in some safe location where you can dry fire. It's just as simple as, if you have 5-10 minutes a day, find that safe location, clear out the ammunition out of your gun, into a safe location, and just, you know, do your reps. Just simple dry fire drills will make big improvements.
Yep.
And those improvements that you learn during dry fire is actually what you come out to the range and confirm with live fire. It's not reverse. You don't learn what you're doing on the range, and then it's all about perspective, and how to learn the skills and employ them. So it's one step at a time. It's a growing. So I would encourage anyone that wants to get out, just start with dry fire. Whether if you have a shot timer, use a shot timer. If you don't, just work on doing nice, clean, slow drills, and record yourself with your phone.
Yeah.
Just so you can see your own body mechanics. Make sure, oh, I'm doing this. Maybe I need to fix that. There's a lot of things that you can be doing. If you can't make it out to a range like this, or if you can, great. I mean, there's nothing that you can't prove through live fire.
Well, there's nothing that replaces it, but there are things you
Right.
can supplement with it.
And the biggest thing to remember when you're out on most ranges is you're on a flat range. There's going to be a lot of things when you get into real world situations. So just keep that in mind. And like you'll see some examples here today. Add the stressors, increase the heart rate. Do some type of a mental game, whether it be math, color. Throw something in there to work up that situation, so that way you can try to get it more out of a flat range situation.
Yep.
But just remember what we're training for. If you know the destination, you know how to train to get there.
Anything else?
I mean, no, like I said, just we've kind of covered everything that we've wanted to cover for the most part. I mean, the biggest thing too, like I said, I'll reiterate again, is just be safe, guys. I mean, get out there, train, obviously be safe. We all have some kind of, responsibility, or, people looking up to us or whatever else.
And there's somebody out there that cares for you. Make sure you
Yeah.
get home to them.
Yep. So, I mean, with that though, we appreciate everything as always. The channel is growing. Both channels are growing. This will go up on our daily R&R channel. If you guys don't know, or if you haven't subscribed, or even you visited the other channel, our other channel is just Reloads and Reps. We'll have a link so you guys can click, show some love and support over there too.
Because we got all different kinds of videos on the other channels.
Yep.
I mean, it's two completely separate. Different
Everything
kinds
is
of
all the
content.
same umbrella, but it branches off to a lot of different branches.
Yes.
I mean, we do put a lot of time and effort and money into getting down here, shooting ammo, recording, editing, putting things up for you guys. Obviously we love it regardless. Like, we do this no matter what. What we talked about, the first,
Now we just press record on the camera.
yeah,
Put
the
on-
first
put
the
on
first
these mics.
couple videos we just talked about, we're going to do this regardless. So might as well record it, put it out there on the internet, some of our knowledge to, even if we help one person,
Yeah.
it's, it's more than just, no one getting any kind of help or any kind of training. But yeah, once again, please keep those likes, comments, subscriptions, turn on that notification, so when you do see that, that we uploaded a video or a short or whatever it may be. And just as always,
We'll see you guys next time through Daily Dose of R&R.
we'll see you guys.